With every new school year, there's often change. And on the third segment of Your Story, Our Purpose, One Heartbeat, we're going to talk about CHAMPS. And with me is Paige Tidwell. Paige, tell us a little bit about CHAMPS, what it is, and what can parents and students expect for this upcoming school year.
Okay. Well, a little bit of background first. CHAMPS was developed by Dr. Randy Sprick, and he is the director of a company called Safe and Civil Schools.
Okay.
And Dr. Sprick is quick to point out that CHAMPS is not a program, but it's rather an approach that involves structuring your school and your classroom in a way that promotes positive student learning and positive behavior.
So more of a classroom management style approach.
Yes, that is part of it.
So how are we as the Tupelo Public School District implementing this into the classrooms, and what can parents expect from this?
Well, we, of course, the implementation process is going to be slow, because we want to implement it in the right way. We've just had 2 trainers come in from Safe and Civil Schools, and we're implementing it pre-K through 5th grade.
Okay.
And so all of our teachers attended that training and really focused on that classroom management part of it. And they use the acronym for the classroom portion of CHAMPS, which is CHAMPS, but each letter stands for, something different that the teacher's supposed to focus on in the classroom. So like in CHAMPS, the C stands for conversation. And what you do is the teachers use this as a way to set the expectations for any activity or transition that would go on within the classroom. So whether it's small group work, whether it's independent activity, each activity would have its own CHAMPS format.
Gotcha.
So the C stands for conversation, and that basically tells students, what can you talk during this activity? If so, what's the voice level? I mean, do you need to be quiet? The H is for help. So how do students ask for help during the activity? The A stands for activity. So what is the objective of the activity? The M stands for movement. So during this activity, are students allowed to get up and move around? And if so, for what reasons? The P stands for participation. So, the teacher will explain to them what participation looks like, what she needs for them to be doing. And then the S just stands for success. So if they do C, H, A, M, and P correctly, then they're successful.
What has been the take from the teachers? Have they been receptive to this? Are they excited about this new style of classroom behavior management?
Yes, I believe so. I mean, with any new introduction of, like I said, a program, but it's not a program, there's always a learning curve.
Right.
And so, but having those trainers come in and just start at the basics, because that's really where it all starts, is in the classroom. Although CHAMPS is a program that has a school-wide focus, there is a part of that, like the common areas of the school, the cafeteria, the hallways, the bathrooms. They talk about setting behavioral expectations in all areas of the school.
Gotcha.
But, the classroom portion is what we're sort of focusing on first, so that teachers, figure out that part. And according to the trainers, that's a real important part of having students be successful in the classroom, to know all of these expectations, and also to encourage positive behavior, because part of this is responding to children in a way that's positive. Like for every, say, I hate to use the word negative, but for every misbehavior that is addressed, there should be 3 positive behaviors that are addressed.
Do we know what type of success rates other schools have had with this? I'm sure it's very high.
Well, in Mississippi, I don't know, and Dr. Piku has said that there's another school that's implementing CHAMPS. As far as I know, we have asked about maybe visiting other districts around Mississippi, just to kind of see how they've implemented it and what it looks like in their school. But Dr. Piku has seen this work in Alaska, and they had a very high success rate.
So if I'm a student, what's the biggest adjustment in the classroom for our students?
Well, I think the main thing is that it's just children need structure. They need to know what the expectations are. And I think, when you break it down for every activity, there's no question about what they're supposed to be doing. So it helps them, focus more on, I know exactly what I need to be doing during this activity, exactly what's expected of me. And if I do these things, then that's great. If I make a mistake, then my teacher's going to come over and redirect me and put me, get me back on track. So when you look at it as in the big picture, you can't help but see that it's a very common sense approach to managing the classroom, behavior-wise, and also just structuring it so that it provides students with the best learning environment, because that's what we're here to do is, teach them.
Exactly. Great structure leads to better learning.
Exactly.
Paige, thank you so much for explaining, and hopefully in the fall or maybe early next spring we'll do this again, and maybe we'll see some results that are coming from it.
Yeah, great.
For Your Story, Our Purpose, One Heartbeat, I'm Greg Ellis. We'll see you next week.